Hello, my name is Eric and I work at Human Movement Lab. We're doing a 10-part series on 10 key concepts that we think are the most important and empowering ideas for people of all ages and activity levels. The idea that we're talking about today is what are the top 3 factors that increase our injury risk? Now, most of the time when we get hurt, we have a tendency to assume that the injury was caused by a specific motion or activity. The way you bent over to pick something up, the way you twisted, the way you turned, how you changed directions. But the reality is it's much more likely that we've been waking up with this increased injury risk for months, if not years beforehand. So it's important to identify the underlying causes and not just the straw that broke the camel's back. The same way that physicians can use blood work and other tests to identify chronic disease risk, there are very proven and reliable ways to measure chronic pain and injury risk, and we use them with all of our clients and patients. The number one cause of increased injury risk is previous injury. Now, when we get hurt, our bodies protect and compensate that injury so we can heal faster and we don't get hurt further. This is an incredibly useful and helpful thing when we are hurt, but the problem is most of the time when the injury heals, these leftover imbalances and compensations and changes in movement and gait, they don't go anywhere for a long, long time, and ironically they can cause problems down the road, increasing our chance of injury for the same injury or something totally unrelated. The number 2 cause of increased injury risk is a left-right asymmetry. I've been active and participated in sports and exercise my whole life, and I had never heard of the concept of symmetry being important or relevant at all until maybe 6 or 8 years ago, and I can't believe how central it is to our identifying problems in people that we work with. Everybody seems to have some sort of noticeable asymmetry, and you don't want any sort of a left-right difference more than 10% or so in mobility, stability, strength, or rotation, and we can check all that pretty quickly. The number 3 cause of increased injury risk is a dysfunction in the motor control system. Motor control is just another word for stability, and stability is reflexive. It's not consciously controlled. You can't concentrate on it and fix it. It's happening on autopilot, it's happening in the background, and if there's a disruption in that for any reason, it causes a problem with coordination and timing of our reflexive stability, and then that causes a domino effect of overuse and underuse that causes a lot of problems. The interesting thing about these top 3 factors of increased injury risk is that the only reason that previous injury is number 1 is because it causes number 2 and number 3, left-right asymmetry and a dysfunction in the motor control system. So really there are only 2 main factors that you need to look out for, and they're both really easy to check and test for. We see people all the time who are very active and exercise often, and in the first 10 or 15 minutes, we're identifying multiple huge red flags in their movement, and it's very important for them to take care of that because it's really the human body equivalent of having your check engine light be on. A lot of people are walking around with check engine lights on and they have no idea, and you really want to address that before you increase or even continue on at the same activity level that you are, because it's more important to prevent these problems than to react to them. Now, we have offices in Huntington Beach and Santa Monica. If you're local in Southern California, please get in touch, set up an appointment, stop by. We'd love to take you through the functional movement screen and then progress you through a program from there. And if you're not in the area, please still get in touch. Shoot us an email, give us a call. We have the best network of the most effective, qualified movement professionals in the country. The top 2 or 3% of all the categories: physical therapists, strength and conditioning, chiropractors, and we can make it really easy for you to find the best people in your city and in your area. So thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for the other 9 parts of this series.